Hey guys, it's Denise and I am back today with another video. Today's video is going to be my winter wrap up. I told you guys in my last video that I was going to combine January, February, and March's wrap up into one video, and after that I was going to do monthly wrap ups. So first of all, a lot of the books I read I don't have in my possession at the current moment because if I own the books, they're packed up and in storage, and other ones were like ebooks, and my Kindle is done. Like you guys know, I had that issue back in December with my Kindle. My Kindle is done. I've bought chargers for it. It's a wrap on my Kindle, so I can't like hold my Kindle up or anything. And I'm gonna buy a new one day, and or they were on audiobook. So I'll let you know if it was on ebook, audio, or in physical condition. If I don't have it next to me, I'll put it on either side of my head. The other thing is I will not summarize. I will link the synopsis to the books that I read down below, or at least I'll try to remember to link the synopsis because sometimes I forget. And I'll just give my thoughts in a few sentences on the book or whatever. So yeah, let's get into this. This is just gonna get too long. I've recorded it. First book I read of 2015 is actually a completion of a book I started in 2014, and that is Obsession by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Now you guys know Jennifer is my girl. She my girl. I didn't care for this. This is set in the same Lux Aram world as, you know, the Lux series with Damon and Katie and all of them. I didn't care for it. It wasn't the fact that it was told through the Aram's perspective. I actually just didn't like Hunter and Serena. Like, they were very juvenile. The dialogue was very childish. Serena was whiny. I think she tried to overdo Hunter on the asshole like tip. Like, I know in the beginning Damon was a dick, but I think she tried to take Hunter and push him over the top, and it just wasn't working for me. There was some really, really good steamy sex scenes. I don't know if I said that already. It was, but it just wasn't enough for me to give it anything above a 3-star rating. And I mean, it's good. Everybody else loves it. I just don't. I know a lot of people are like, you gotta read it for what it is. I just didn't care for it. Like, I didn't. For me to have loved the entire Lux series, I didn't care for Obsession like that. Book I read of the year was Of Poseidon by Anna Banks. I actually listened to that via audiobook from Download Destination or Overdrive app, and I gave that a 2.75 out of 5 stars. I had a hard time with that, especially the beginning. I have a difficult time when some authors put people of color in their novels, and they write them very stereotypical. Like, it was a black character in there. She was the main character's best friend. I don't even remember their names. I'm not going to waste my time pulling it up because I was kind of annoyed with the book in the beginning about that. And it just kind of set the tone for the rest of the book that I just pretty much didn't care for the rest of the book. But she had a black friend, weave and fingernails popping off and talking back and attitude. That irritated me. What do we call it? The token black friend? And the black friend didn't even last past, what, like 2 chapters? So I have an issue with that. I don't know if I get sad that there aren't many people of color, not just black people, not just black, but I mean just overall people of color in some of the books that I love. Or if it saddens me more that when they do have people of color in novels, it's always stereotypical. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to continue this series because I'm kind of in my feelings about that right now. So, and I feel like I have the right to be in my feelings about certain things like that. And anyway, after that, I just didn't care for the story. And honestly, it wasn't that great of a story. Now that I think about it, I kind of pushed my feelings to the side and I finished it out. It wasn't that great of a story. I mean, it could have been awesome. It could have probably been great, but it wasn't for me. Sorry if you guys loved it. Those are just my thoughts. The third and final book I read in January was The Graveyard Book. That got a solid 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed that. That was such a fun book to listen to because I had it on audio via my Audible app. I had so much stuff going on. So much stuff I can't put into words. So again, synopsis is going to be down below, and a solid 4 out of 5 star. On to February. The first book I read, I actually own, and that is Saga Volume 1 by Brian K. Vaughan and illustrated by Fiona Staples. Fiona, I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm sorry, Fiona. Fiona Staples, and solid 5 out of 5 star. So good. Like, so good. Definitely worth the hype, and I'm so excited that I got on this bandwagon. Anyway, the second book I don't have with me, but I own in physical copy, and I had listened to that on audiobook and I read along with it, and that is Poison Princess. What the hell is her name? I'll link it down below. I can't think of her name right now, but I gave that a solid 4 out of 5 star. That's another book that had so much stuff going on. It's like post-apocalyptic, had some dystopian type feel to it. It was it had like fantasy elements. It had you had zombies, then you had cannibalism. Like, having zombies in a book wasn't enough. You had to have actual people eating people. You got, oh, what is it? Angels, and was it angels? Crap, I can't think. It was so much stuff going on. Magical powers. You got flares. It was so much going on. Serial, like, this was the book that you got in a young adult book. I've never read a young adult book where you got like into the serial killer's head. It's a killer in here, and you're reading the story from his perspective. I'm sorry, I kind of told you it was a he. I apologize. But such a good story. Such a good story. Solid 4 out of 5 star. I own the second book, and I cannot wait to continue the series. The third book I read of February was The Girl on the Train. I listened to that. I'm sorry, it's a truck running around outside. You can probably hear it. But I listened to that on audio via the Overdrive app. And I gave that a solid 3. Well, not solid. It's a 3 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5 star rating. I had a lot of issues with that book. I like psychological thrillers. I had issues with the characters. Like, none of them were likable, especially the girl on the train. I hated her. She had alcohol issues, and I don't have personal issues with alcoholism, but I have issues with alcoholism, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know. She was drunk and blackout, throwing up. And like, she doesn't even have her own home. Like, she has so much stuff going on. I don't know. I could probably do a rant video to Girl on the Train, and I'm not going to do it here. But again, I guessed it. A lot of people are like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming. I guessed it like right away. Once they introduced a certain thing into the book, I knew right away. I'm like, oh yeah, duh. But yeah, anyway, guys, because my train of thought just went totally left. But 3.5 out of 5 star rating. I know a lot of people love it. It just fell flat for me. Yeah. The fourth book I read of the month is Diamond of Darkhold. That is the fourth and final installment to the City of Ember series. I can't even remember. Is it Janine or Jeanne Duprow? I don't know. I'm gonna butcher it. Whether I had it in front of me or not. But I'm gonna put the picture up on the side. Solid 4 out of 5 stars. Very, very good ending to a really, really fun series. Of course, I told you guys in another video that I didn't care for book 3 because it didn't follow the same characters from book 1, 2, and 4. But I was happy to get those characters back. Solid ending. If you have middle grade students and you're trying to get them into reading, or they like reading and you want to suggest a new series, definitely City of Ember. City of Ember. 2 thumbs up. And then they can watch the first movie. It'll never be any other movies. But they can watch City of Ember after they read the book. Okay, fifth book I read in February. I did a few books in February, mostly because it was graphic novels. And the next one is Saga Volume 2 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. Solid 5. Solid 5. Yes. So much. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. The next book I read of February is Don't Look Back by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And if you thought I had issue with Obsession, I had no issue with Don't Look Back. 5 plus 5 out of 5-star rating. Oh my god, you guys know that I couldn't even tell you what the synopsis was because I didn't care. I don't even know. I'm upset with myself that I did not read it when I first originally purchased that book. So good. Like, she did a really good mystery, and I need more mystery from her. Like, I need more mystery. Really good book. Such a good book. I own it. You guys know I own it. I'll probably reread that sometime in the future. Such a good book. Such a good book. JLA. Yes. So, the final book I read of February, I have in my possession, which is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I'm looking down below at my phone and at my notebook, but I gave that a 3.75 out of 5-star rating. I think it was just too overhyped for me, and I went in here expecting this is having my head look lopsided, but I went into this book expecting to be blown away, and I wasn't. It was too many POVs for me to keep up with. It was one of the main things that happened that actually set the actual story in motion. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I didn't find the explanation in it. I don't know. Maybe it just went over my head or whatever, but I wasn't blown away. It was good. It was entertaining, but maybe I should stop when I have my physical books flailing it all around. But yeah, I'm going to continue on with the series. I am, because like I said, I enjoyed it enough to continue on with it. I didn't hate it. It was just, I was like, what the hell, to one of the main parts in the story. And again, too many POVs. I hope that kind of changes with, what is the next book? Pooh, it was in my head and then it poofed. Goodness, guys. But anyway, that is the final book I read in February. I had a pretty good reading month. On to March. The first book I read of March was called River Road, and Jane is her first name, but I'll link it. I own it. I actually went to work, and I get to read at work at both of my jobs, and I didn't have anything to read. I left the book that I was reading, which was Scarlet. I left that at home, and I was just like, no, this is not about to happen. I cannot be at work for 12 hours without a book. That's just not happening. So I went to the gift shop at the hospital I work at, because all of a sudden, for some strange reason, they're no longer selling books at Walgreens. What is that about? Anyway, I was angry with Walgreens, but the gift shop opened up, so I was able to find something on a little willy thingy, spinny thingy, and it sounded really good. I'm just buying a book, just quick buying a book like that. Oh, I just whistled. But when I'm just quick buying a book, I usually look for something with a mystery because it keeps my attention. Whatever, and so good. I gave that a 3.5 out of 5-star. I think I mentioned earlier in the video that some people say you got to read the books for what they are, and that was kind of what I did with this. I wasn't blown away, but I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the characters, and this is one of the books I had to read for what it was. I know nothing about this author, but apparently somebody told me that the author who wrote this is Amanda Quick, and I looked it up, and it's true. So I actually own an Amanda Quick book, but I've never read it. Yeesh. Next book I read of the month is Scarlet by Marissa. If I don't bust myself in the face with it. But Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. This is book 2 in the Lunar Chronicles. And this was so good, guys. Like, it still has, oh my god, this is another series with so much going on. Like, so many, but I loved every bit of this. Every bit of this. And I'm so excited to recrest. I was actually supposed to recrest last month, but I pushed it back because I'm trying to push the story out until winter comes. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know how I feel about winter. I'm so excited about winter. So I'm trying not to, like, drive myself crazy by reading them all too fast, and then I have to wait till November for one to come out. But solid 5 out of 5 star. I'm just because I'm rambling. But solid 5 out of 5 star rating. Yes, 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 yes. So much of it. The next book I read in March, it was a graphic novel, and that is Miss Marvel, Volume 1 by I don't know, just say Wilson and Alfona. I'm assuming these are the last names. I don't know their first names, but this was such a very, very good graphic novel, and I'm so happy that I read it. And I'm finding that I love graphic novels a lot because graphic novels have so much diversity. You got women superhero, you got people of color. She's a Pakistani American Miss Marvel. Like, what? Yes. Like that, you get all kinds of diversity when you read comics and all of that. So I'm obsessed with graphic novels and comics now all over again because of stuff like that. But yeah, solid 5 out of 5 star rating. I think the second volume comes out next month or this month or one of these months. We'll be getting it. So excited to finish it. Well, to get it. The next book I read was actually a book that probably shouldn't have made me cry. I don't know. You guys tell me if, when you read it, did you cry? But that was Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. That got a 4 out of 5 star rating for me. That ending, I was crying. Like, I was crying. If you read my review on it, yeah, I was actually crying, and I blamed it on my jalapenos that I had in my chili. But I was crying because I was happy for the ending. I guess I should say that. But first of all, let's backpedal to the fact that I didn't know what the hell Aristotle and Dante was about, but I went into it thinking that it was fantasy. Don't go in there thinking it's fantasy, because it's not fantasy. But it's good. It's a story that needed to be told. Yes, so much of it. I'm glad I watched quite a few videos and people were ranting and raving about it. And it started off strong. The middle got kind of boring, which is why I didn't give it a 5 star. But the ending, yes. The next book I read of the month was another graphic novel, and that is A Sex Criminals Volume 1 by Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky. I'm sorry. But this book was weird. But it was weird in a good way. I gave it a solid 4 out of 5 star. I don't know why I gave it a 4 star. I don't know. It kind of kept going off in the left field with some of the storytelling. Like, it was a scene where they were talking about trying to get the okay to use a song, and it was just going off into left field, and I was just like, can we get back to the story, please? But yeah, it was really good. I know Volume 2 is already out, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. The last book I completed of March. You will see this in my favorites. You will see this in my favorites. You will hear me talk about my issues with my delivery of this book and my favorites in Bell. But hands down, the best I've read so far, graphic novel, is Rat Queens, Volume 1. Sass and Sorcery by Curtis. I'm not even going to pronounce your name wrong, sir, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the guy who illustrated it. But what? This so good. So good. I'm all about girl power and ass kicking ass girls, and this gave me so much of it. And I'm not even gonna lie, D, I'm sorry, I'm so excited. Like, I look at this on my shelf every day and I get extra excited. D, it's me. Everything about her. That's me. And I wish Matt had just okayed it with me for him to write his character and base her off of me. But it's okay, Matt. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm going to let that slide because I enjoyed this. So good, guys. So good. Volume 2 is coming out real soon. And I'm getting ready to actually buy it like today so I can have it shipped to me the moment it's released. My favorite so far, my favorite read. My favorite read. Out of all of the physical books, the audiobooks, the full-length novels, my favorite. I actually want to reread this again. Like, I might do that today. Like, just sit down and reread it. So good. So good. I don't know, did I tell you guys this was good? This was good. Gotta try it. Gotta pick it up. That was such a good, I don't know. Okay, let me stop because I'm just gonna keep rambling until you say good like 50 more times before I end this video. But guys, that voice is getting dry. That is the end of this wrap up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. The next wrap up will be monthly, so it'll be a little bit shorter. So I've been filming for about 40 minutes or so, and I'm on 10 right now. No coffee, none at all. Just drinking my blueberry tea. It's a little bit of caffeine, but not much. And yeah, so if you liked it, thumbs it up. If you read any of these books, comment down below and tell me your thoughts or whatever. And I will link all of my social medias down below. Follow me, let's be friends. You will see this get up for the next 2, maybe 3 videos, depending on how I feel. I'm off, I'm energized, I'm not doing anything today, and I'm gonna work the next 3 days, so I want to get a couple videos out. I'm gonna do a tag video. I'm gonna go back and see what I was tagged in. If you guys have tagged me in anything and I haven't seen it in the last like month or so, comment and let me know what it is, because I have like 300 YouTube videos between booktube and the beauty videos. I have a lot of videos I have to catch up on. If I missed anything important in booktube in the last month, let me know, because I'm seriously, after I edit this and upload it, I'm gonna watch a few videos and then I'm gonna come back and film another video. So yeah guys, hopefully that is a decent enough outro, because if not, I'm gonna keep rambling about stuff. And yeah, talk to you later. Bye.